Oh, there we go. Hello? Are we on stream? There we are. I see myself. See if Twitch chat reacts.
Hi, Leo.
Hazel
Hi,
noticed.
Hazel. Hi. What do we talk about again?
We can talk a bit about what we do and how we put on these events, right?
Yeah.
The whole
Hope everyone enjoyed the showcase video. Replay. I have the intro on repeat, the Owl City song. I love it. So hope y'all enjoyed that. Just another reminder that closing ceremony starts tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll keep the music going, just so you have some background noise. I'll turn it down just a little bit, though. There we go. Wanted to take some time just to show you all the cool stuff that we do to put on our events, because we do some pretty cool shit. I cursed.
Yes, we do.
So we're here on our event stage, and I think if you're in the events world, you should see our hologram right now. Oh, maybe not me, because I'm too far forward. So maybe I'm shown now. Let me just fly this out a little bit more. Ooh, Talus joined. Oh, my, there we go. I got the UI rendering. There we go. So here we are, event stage. We have some of our team members here. We have Texel, Metz, Fireon from our events team, and then over there is oh, wrong side. Talus. Oh, he got stuck in a collider.
Here he comes.
The trap. There's a trap in that corner.
Or I was looking at the wrong side again. Lol.
There we go.
So there's some pretty cool tech. You can even see my face. There you go. There's some pretty cool tech going on in this world to be able to put on these cool events, whether they're panels, performances, or even just special events like the showcase you just saw or upcoming closing ceremonies. It's very similar, as you can see, to the events viewing world, but there's some really cool tech going on. So, for example, oh, well, I thought grabbing that would work. There's some cool screens that we have going on here. So, for example, we can see our Twitch feed here. It's our Twitch. We call it our program output, but it's just essentially just Twitch chat. Oh, I'm sorry, just a Twitch feed, and then we have Twitch chat over here. So, hi everyone. With a preview of what's going on behind us. So, like, if someone has slides going on, we can see that they can see that in real time, I should say. Let's see, what else should we mention up that's important over here?
Show clock.
Does that show up? Yes, we do. We have a show clock. So this is a really cool thing to keep track of time. And if I... Oh, come on, virtual desktop. There we go. If I click this button, it should just start. There you go. Yeah, so everyone can keep an eye on how much time they have left, as well as our events team, as well as our control booth up there, which you can kind of see. We'll get to that in a minute.
You can send messages in the control clock too.
Yes, we can.
You can say
I want to
hi.
show that.
Hi, Mom.
I want to show that real quick. So, show clock. Oh, I got to type in a pin. So, once we show that, there we go. Took a second. Hello. So there we go. So that's helpful if we need to let people know about something going on without having to talk in your ear and distract them. So, for example, if they oh, what's going on?
They're saying no screen in world.
Screen in world?
There's no screen in world? Did I forget to turn that on? Encode. Performer. Oh, there is none. Performer screen. Okay, y'all should see it now.
Oops.
Sorry about that. It's just the same thing, I think, on that end. So,
yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's my view, camera view. I totally forgot. The show clock lets us talk to people in real time without having to talk in their ear, because that can be distracting. So if you're like, hey, you're too far forward, or we need you to take a step back, so the hologram captures you, that's an easy way of doing that. Or we used that yesterday for messaging during the charity auction, so we could let the hosts know about updates. That was crazy, by the way. Also, we have Victor.
I had to basically, we needed to have them slow down during the charity auction. And like, since we didn't have direct communication, they literally had to put it up there like a minute per each segment, and they still were a little bit too fast. So I kind of stood at just the edge over there and just was conducting them, like going when they were doing the countdown to slow them down.
Oh, so that's how they were
because going too
synchronized.
fast. They were still off, but it made it more chaotic too.
Also, I just realized our hologram isn't showing. There we go. That should be fixed.
Hi, can everybody see the
We planned
holograms
this.
in the host world?
We planned this. We totally
Not the
planned
host
this.
world, the event world.
Very
It's
planned.
been a long weekend.
It's been a very long weekend. This is
We
the last
exist.
minute thing. We exist. There's people who run this stuff. I promise it's not AI or bots. Should we
I don't know
go?
that anyone's running it right now.
We have a bot cam, but that
pushing
streams
buttons.
everything to
I'm pressing buttons. You know.
you guys on
Um,
Twitch.
Can you buy a commission to someone who knows how to? Never mind. You want to go backstage?
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff to show off there. So again, this is just events viewing world, and technically you can get up here from. I'm sorry. This is similar to the events viewing world, as you can see, and you can technically get up here in the viewing world as well. Though it'll look
Do you want
it'll look
to
a little
show
weird.
the void?
Going to Leo's game.
Yeah,
The
do you want
vo-
to show them the void first?
Don't worry about
There's
that.
a cozy
Don't worry
back
about
room
that.
in the viewing world.
I got so confused with that the other day because there were still sounds coming from back there. And I was like, what am I hearing? Sassy, hello. They're holding a camera.
Hello.
We should show off the tally here in a moment. But here is our control room that you may have seen, either from previous conventions. It's a little similar, with some changes, or you may have seen us roaming online. There's a lot of tech going on here, but let me press this fancy button here and watch my frames go away, respectfully. So this lets us control all the cameras in the virtual space. I'm not qualified to talk about this, so who wants to talk about it?
Texel.
Texel.
Pixel right there.
Hi, yeah. I liked pretty lights and buttons, so I built a giant broadcast system just so I could do that. And here it is. So
I'm so
this is
dark in
this
the
is an evolution of a system we've been working on for a number of years, and back there we've got some lovely art of our previous stages and the control rooms, and they get a little more complicated each year.
Yeah, we start out
And,
Lunar.
Where's
after
Umbra?
Silva, we made some pretty big changes to how we do things here.
talk about it.
Ah.
So how does the system kind of work? Like, if I just looked at this for the first time and I was like 5 years old, how do I work this?
Well, after you turn it on, you have basically a bunch of camera presets that you can turn on, and we have a system that you can move between them with motion or just static cutting. We can edit their positions if we need to on another part of the console. We can have those cameras track individual players or player parts on another part of the console. And then to actually make these available to the Twitch stream, we have to map those over here and make them available to RTD, who is running an entirely different console that you can kind of see up there, a very little preview of it. We used to basically pick the final output from this room. The same person operating this board would be setting the live views in Twitch, and after Silva, we made a change where we would instead pick like 4 or 6 or 7 outputs that RTD could then pick themselves, and we could focus on just kind of setting up and changing the camera positions for them. So that's been the big change here, and hence the need for some new additions that have come along, like the tally system that Mika put together, so we can see what's actually live.
Yeah.
Last year we couldn't.
No worries. Sassy, which camera is that? Let's see.
That's 2.
Number 2. So, for example, we have a few handheld cameras here. Is it 2? Oh, it's number 5.
Yeah, 2 is on 5.
Yeah, it's 5.
No worries. So we have a few handheld cameras we can just pick up, 6 of them, with additional virtual cameras that we can place. But we can only really fit about 6 of these going out to externally to our technical director. But we can still mess around with all the other unpatched cameras in a sense. So, for example, the camera that Sassy is holding is H2. That's the actual handheld there, but we have it mapped to number 5 going into our virtual environment called vMix. So if I pull this up, I think I'm going to write one. So if I press like number 5, like I'm going to preview it, you can see it turn green there. And let's say, okay, we're going live on number 5. So you're going to see it. We would switch to it and it turns red. And I think if I can do it without breaking it, I should be coming for that output now. So hello.
Yep, it is.
So we shouldn't hear ourselves twice, I think. Did I break it? No, I didn't. Cool. So
we can make this more fun. We can also patch that camera out to the screen.
Sure, we can patch it. So if we do H2, you're going to see, well, I guess since it's going on Sassy's camera now, you can see we can map it to that. So that's how we can patch things. Usually it's for like the presentations or like when a performer is sending us their visuals. Let me switch back to this. There we go. We can map it to that. And sometimes that can come externally from us. So we send a stream to VRChat to put on the screen. But usually it's coming out of VRChat for us to put onto the screen for you all to watch either in Twitch or the panel room. And kind of related to that, what kind of other systems do we have going on over here?
The motion system.
The motion system? Yes.
Yes, the motion system's really cool.
Oh yeah, part of the camera system is the motion.
Oh, did I do that?
But over here, everything over here is.
Oh wait, no, you did it.
It was me.
Everything that's not cameras, basically. So we need more than cameras to run a full production here. Like the slides that our presenters use are all baked into the worlds, and they're controllable by the host. We have a system for that here, where we can preload their content. And they can run their slides or their videos, which will, autoplay on an as-needed basis. And
which one do you want to load?
I don't know. I'm going to pick on Bino because Bino's a team member, and we'll just creep on his slides here and see what he was talking about.
Comic Sans on the slide.
And eventually, I probably hit some videos that he has in there, but I'm not going to scroll that far.
Yeah. And that can be controlled as well.
A podium for him to control that out on the stage. We control all the screen configurations here for each event. We control audio so that the stage won't be bothered by the audience, or that we can talk to the stage from control. And then we just have some other miscellaneous inputs, like loading additional video or our program return, which is driving a number of things in here, like the show clock, the Twitch chat, auxiliary content that might come in if we need it.
Oh, I need to turn that on.
Yeah, look up there. The whole thing is just up on a screen in the ceiling.
You might want to switch back to your camera view, Leo.
It should be live now. I saw that earlier.
No. It's been Leo's view.
Yeah, it's back on mine now.
Your leg? It's fine. It's back.
We have two lives going on simultaneously.
So, Texel, this is all in VR chat, but how do we get it out of here so we can watch it and do all of our mixing externally?
So, well, we have another player in here, which is our bot. They sit in a very special box that lets them see up to 8 1080p outputs captured on 2 4K cameras, which gives us 6 camera outputs, a content output, and miscellaneous like hologram data, control pixels, and with some recent changes to VR chat with the spout camera feeds, we're able to do all that with just one bot now.
Yep. And what we mean by bot is just essentially just a VR chat, the VR chat game just sitting on a desktop that is either receiving a video feed and whatnot, or maybe doing an animated action. And I think we have a preview of that over here, if I can stick my stream camera into.
Yep.
So for a main output here, you can see 4 camera feeds. And how it works is, well, it's going to look a little crunchy on your end because I'm not running it in 4K, but we have the bot display running in 4K. And what that does is it lets us get 4 1920 by 1080p quadrants. So we can map 4 things to that on just a single display. And then, as Texel mentioned, we have the ability to do a spout output from the stream camera. So that can do another 4 displays through the 4K resolution. You can see here, here's 3 more cameras that we can use. The bottom one could be the world presentations. And then on the right, you can't see anything there except a few dots which control the pixels for like, hey, the back screen's on or the side screens are on, as well as the hologram data that we can send back sometimes. Or say we can normally send if an event is in here. Usually for events that we're not hosting in our event stage, we just put on the big screen and just show that. So that way y'all can get a comfortable view of it. Yeah. Hi. What else? I don't know what else should we talk about.
Yeah, we can show the podium
Pardon
real
me
quick.
as I walk over
Go to the podium?
because I need to get to my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go back down. Can we put on the slides to the... So it's as simple as, here's a presentation. So I just click it to... There we go. Press that. I press it. There we go. And map it to there. And now you can see the screen icons just press and it shows up. Simple as that. And I think we should be showing back up on the hologram now, coming up here. I'm floating. So you can see a number of slides we're on. I saw it for a moment, but it disappeared. That's okay.
Where'd it go?
Don't worry about it.
The step is turned on, but it's in sync
it's
world.
calling.
So
Don't worry about it.
as a presenter, you can go through your slides here, and
We're
if
gonna
a slide
worry
has a
about it.
video,
I'm
it'll
on it
just
now.
queue it automatically once they get to it. Sometimes the voice system acts a little funky, so we can just say, hey, reset the voices so make sure all the hosts can hear each other, or sync the return feed. So sometimes that can go out of sync with you. It could be a few seconds behind, or it just doesn't show up at all. So we want to give those tools to presenter just to make sure we don't interrupt their performance or their panel. Yeah, looks fancy. And then once we turn it on here, you don't see the UI on it, but we can at least toggle the model on the event viewing side, so you can still see the podium in front of the presenter. My screen resolution is very small. What is Alice saying? Magic and lots of code by Texel. Yes.
Hey, it
Texel,
worked.
This
you're amazing.
platform was made for me.
Yeah, we have a step here that we can adjust the height of for any presenters who are a little too short. We have a lot of folks that don't actually reach above the podium.
Yeah,
so we turn the
because,
step on, adjust it for them, and then they can actually see normally.
How many
'cause you
otters
see,
and volleys
like
did
I
we
brought
have
myself
presenting this
down,
year?
and you can kind of see.
Yeah.
We
Quality
don't
of
have
life
the
in anyone?
opposite support. I don't think we do a good job accommodating
You need a
kaijus.
box for the podium. Bring the podium up.
Yeah, all the way to the top. At least for a hologram, we capture pretty wide range, so any large avatars will be captured.
It's
So,
a pretty big box.
like for example, Talus, you're a little bit tall, so you should be showing up fully on there. And then fire on
My
it,
wings
you're
should show
reaching
up, too.
towards the limit. Yeah.
I think someone wants to see what the
And then there's me, just small,
what the hologram
short.
look like while there's people on stage in the shader box.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it'd just be easier to pull up on the stream. So if I go
It could
to
be.
the
Oh,
bot,
maybe, yeah.
someone moved the cursor on the bot, so it's not showing the input anymore.
Oh.
On the spot output, I don't know if I can get to that from here.
I can't do it over VR.
No. Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to show it. And I guess it's not showing up in World now.
I wonder if we could stick
Here-
one of the H cams in the
thought
in
it
the
was
box
RCA.
and then map it.
Okay, I'll touch
If
it.
you turn on the hologram preset, doesn't it show it on the output?
It is. The spout camera didn't get aligned. And you can see on. I guess if you're watching on the. I wonder if I can switch to this real quick. No, it's too late. That's okay.
I'm gonna try.
Yes,
something.
it's fixed now. No, it's fixed now.
Oh, it's fixed.
Someone, not me, touched it.
No worries.
They overheard. Somebody overheard it.
Ah,
There we go. I
very
think
helpful. Thank you.
it should be
yeah.
showing.
It is. It's right there.
Yeah.
It keeps switching back to the return. Let me try to fix that. There we go. So you're gonna see a few things here, or just two things really. The right side is just a color view, so RGB. But we need a little bit
that's
more
trippy.
detail to map that out. So what we do is towards the top there is essentially an alpha masking of it. So without that alpha masking, you won't show up on here. It kind of helps just blend it in with some of the transparency. Text, I don't know if there's anything else we can add to
If you have Holo turned on, you'll see it behind you.
that.
Wait, Holo turned on?
Oh, I can go
Hologram
up.
Camera.
Where do you?
Does
it's
that mean
it's
if we-
on the rendering options.
Yeah.
It might break
Oh,
a
I
few
see.
things.
Rendering options where?
Up there, like below the preset,
It-
like where you can do cam up.
Yeah, so with the yellow button for
as
it.
well.
hmm So,
Look, I still don't know the console.
Yeah,
switch
I only
back
know
to
a
it.
little
You'll learn.
bit. I just like occasionally look at what they're doing and I'm like, oh, that's what that does.
yeah. What else should we
No,
talk
That's
about?
part of the reason why I stuck around for some of the.
Wait,
live
does someone
events.
rate us? Let me see.
Oh yeah, JT Wusky rated us.
JT! Oh my goodness.
JT,
So-
woo!
Hello.
Yeah, I wasn't
There we
going to interrupt you while you were
No, that's
talking.
okay. Hi.
Hi. Bye.
Yeah.
JT
I
was
wonder-
keeping us all entertained while we were in our purgatory.
We were.
Yeah.
JT.
We were in purgatory.
for the API
Yeah.
outage. Yeah.
No,
It
I
happened right
remember
after
that-
the showcase.
I remember somebody said, you said, there's a difference between a captive audience and a captivated audience.
It can be both. It can be both.
It
Uh,
can be both.
Neon Phoenix asks,
Stuff
is this the
happened that
same
night.
system used in Club Fin? So not quite. At least in terms of like camera views, I think is it Sin Machine that they use over there that the bots
It
sit
is
in?
Cinemachine. It's using the dolly tracks and like the camera list, but it's really just completely separate from what goes on in here.
Yeah. You gotta respond.
No,
Um,
you got
stuck.
trapped in the
Um,
spot where you're not
So
supposed
fun fact,
to.
we got the entire VR chat dev team stuck in that little crevice.
Every single one of them
I
jumped.
missed. I can't believe I missed that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets stuck over
And
there.
then I had to literally stand there with my wings saying, "Don't jump here! Don't jump here!"
During the Somna Serenade, I
That's-
literally
that's
kept telling
10
people do not go
engineers
there, and
that
then a
we
few
got
people
stuck.
went there. Look, I
Um,
kept doing it too. Like I knew it was there, and I keep
There you go.
forgetting.
Yeah. Every time I would join a new event, I'd be like, "All right, let me get to the stage." Ah, dang it!
Well, we can't see where we're going.
What else we got going on
Don't
in
do
chat?
that.
Easy.
Also, to answer your question about Club, it is using Cinemachine bot tracks
Yes.
or handheld
it
camera
is using
operators more often
Cinemachine.
than not. Yes.
For
Completely separate from like all the stuff going on in here, even though they both use
I'm
Cinemachine.
not calibrated.
yes, but
not calibrated.
for all the other inputs, the club stream team has the team of people that, in a simple term, stream their camera, like their stream camera that I'm holding here, to vMix, which receives all of those, and a TD can switch between them, and then you could use VRC lens or the drone camera in VR chat. So anything you can capture in VR chat gets sent there, and we can show it as well. And I think we had one or two events where we could do that because we weren't in the event stage, so we had to have people stream their VR chat stream camera to us, and that's how we can capture those as well. But I think it was like either one or two events. Everything else was here or it was provided to us.
Aloe wants us to show the workshop, the cone
We have
cam.
What's that?
What?
I don't. Aloe, we don't know what that is.
What's the cone cam?
There's a
What's
cone
the
cam.
cone
Oh
cam?
shit! Oh, the in-person where everything's set up on site. We have all the streaming hardware there. I totally forgot about that. Let me see if I can pull that up.
The place where the computers are.
It's on my slide deck. It is on my slide deck.
Oh, I have a live
Oh,
view
we
of
have
it.
your slide deck up.
Oh, it's on
just not
the it's
mapped.
on the right slide deck.
Yeah.
I do have a live
yeah,
view
I
of
do
it
not
as well.
see-
It's not mapped out.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Do you not see yours? Do you know what slide it is?
I don't see my slide deck, no.
Can I pull it up?
Oh.
Is that showing up on stream now?
Oh, there it is.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that what we're looking for?
Yes.
Oh wait,
this
no,
one.
that's
that's
what we're looking for.
we got.
That's a live view.
So
Yeah,
that
we
is.
have the live view of how everything is set.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's the
there
picture.
it is.
Slide 13.
Yeah, I have it on the Twitch
My
output
lucky
now
number.
for. It's a live view, so I think if
Yeah,
you see us in
no,
the top right,
that's just how it crumbled.
we switch my camera back
Wow, we're finally
to
at the same
local.
height.
But where's Larsis?
Or this is the home.
Yeah, he's at home. Like,
Yeah, we
you
set
know.
we set this up about 2 weeks before
Yep.
with a vendor, and it's all living there. So we have VRChat computers, VMX computers, as well as some playback computers for like the club playbacks with some just Macs really. Makes it pretty simple. Very impressed with it, and want to give a huge thank you to Larsis for taking time to build all of this that supports both our team as well as their team, the club stream team. We got a big TV and was like, hey, we just show everything that's going on across both club and events. Let me see if I can switch back here.
Leo, Nate the Moth had a question in Twitch. Do you want me to read that?
Let's see. Let me scroll up just a little bit. I got a question. Every year, a team gets new tools for streaming. What was an interesting complication you guys came across that you had to find or make from scratch creative solutions to work around? What did we do different this year? So,
Added
AV
tallies.
system.
tally lights
Tally
was a
lights.
big one. I think
Oh, yeah,
a
maybe.
really major change was the Team A and Team B setup. So previously, when we did events, we just had a single computer that you could TD from outside of VRChat, and then VRChat as well. Sorry, I was reading chat. But the problem with that is the TD couldn't start setting up for the next event until the current event ends, and essentially resulted in a longer intermission time. The simple solution was just duplicate it. So we got another vMix machine and another VRChat machine, and then we had to have a system that could switch between Team A and Team B. And the results is that the TD for the second show that's upcoming can go ahead and get everything started and setting up ahead of time, so that way we can keep the intermission time very, very light. We gave hosts about a guidance of about 55 minutes for most panels, and that way we had about 5 minutes of intermission time or less, and then we could start the next event on time. And we kept things really, really on track. I think just about a majority event, maybe a few minutes behind, but definitely a lot better than the previous years we had. I would say.
Yeah, schedule felt very tight.
Yes, it was a very tight schedule, but we were able to. We did a lot of cool shows this year, so very proud of the team here and everyone, as well as the events team as well, for helping put on an amazing programming track. And you'll be able to see all of that
Yeah,
at the
Leo?
convention on the YouTube. What?
Yeah.
Why don't you have a panel? Why don't you submit a panel?
We did a panel back at Silva.
For next year.
We did
I
a
would
panel
love to
back at
have your
Silva.
panel.
We can consider it. A lot of things
We
have
could
changed since then.
potentially reprise.
Let me zoom this out for
We
everyone.
have like
So Alo's asking us, excuse me, Alo's asking us to talk about how we're doing video routing. So even before we get to that, I think it was at Silva or was it Umbra where before that we were hosting a lot of things in the virtual cloud at AWS. Excuse me. I think it was Silva where we made a decision to say, hey, we're kind of exceeding what we can do with a virtual machine because a few problems come up when we do that. One is the clock speed of those virtual machines is typically pretty low, and vMix, which is our virtual mixing solution, that's what lets us show up the lower thirds, graphics, as well as switch between all the cameras externally. really likes high clock speed CPUs. And you can't reasonably find a system that you can just spin up like that, like you can in AWS, where it also has a decent GPU with all the clock speed CPUs that you need, unless you go bare metal. And even then, not all Xeon CPUs go very high clock speed. And all vMix really needs is just a high-end desktop CPU. Intel is usually the way to go. So like a 14th gen 14700K is plenty for vMix, and that's the fix there. Is we just build a decently spec'd computer, and then of course for VR chat, it's really just not plausible to run that in the cloud for some of the same reasons as well. So we built a more spec'd. We've also built spec'd VR chat computers following some guides. Like, for example, VR chat really likes AMD's X3D CPUs because of the lots of lower verd cache. It's not really as impactful for us because these instances are pretty limited. There's only sometimes 20 people in here at most. But let's say club instance, right? Where those bots are sitting in there with 80 and sometimes even more for the really big instances that we've been doing previously. Every frame counts, and as we want to make sure those machines can run as performant as possible. If InStream is a 60 FPS production, while Clipstream is a 30. So most events, I think we kept it at 60, but this is a fairly performant world. And once we get a bunch of people in here, you can kind of see it not staying at 60. What Al was talking about
was a good example.
Yeah, so for Somna Serenade, how many people did we have for that?
Because of the previews. I think we had like 30 or so.
It was like 30, 35 people.
Oh, that's going to be rough in here.
And
and I took a hand cam, so I had to turn on the previews for the hand cam, and
yep.
It's trying to show everyone on my system. Over time, I got more and more lagged out, and yet I still lived.
Yeah, I ran cameras for the VR chat dev stream, and we had like 25 to 30 people in here.
And that's why I didn't pop in, even though I missed the call time. I was like, I'm not going to pop in there, even though I was supposed to be there to produce it. I was tired. We all were tired after the 8-hour downtime.
Yeah.
So
what graphics card are on the? Oh, go ahead.
No worries. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask what graphics cards do we have on the machines this year?
So I'm streaming from my personal rig right now, so this isn't going through the bots. I think for our first machine, it had either a 5080 or a 4080, and then the second machine was also a similar class, and that's plenty for us for on the event stage. Only difference between going to 4090 is the additional VRAM, which may be more useful for like the club side of things, with a lot more avatars being shown. And then we tried to stick to the X3D CPUs. I think one of them, the 9900 X3D just came out, and when we were building it, it was like, well, we're going to build these systems. We should probably try to make it as best spec as possible because we want these to last for quite some time. So we were able to find one of those as well for one of them.
I think they're 9950 X3Ds, right?
No, I think we just, or is it 9800 X3D? We didn't need extra CPU cores for VR chat.
Right.
Oh yeah, we just needed the X3D core.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. There's a bunch of questions.
Crazy fast for VR chat.
So there's a question about
overperforms compared to any other CPU. It's like plus 50% over like the next non-X3D CPU. It is ridiculous.
Even if I'm on AM4, the 5800 X3D is still good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a question asked about like NDI and SDI. So what they're talking about with that is video routing. So like, how do we get the video from VR chat to the vMix computer? So NDI is a protocol that works over the network. So you know your Ethernet cable to your router. It's very good, but it's also it has some pros and cons. A big pro of it is you can get really good quality that's instant with like very minimal delay. We're talking tens to hundreds of milliseconds. But it's also very network heavy. So like a single 1080p stream it could take up to about 500 or 600 megabits. So, most computers only have a 1 gigabit network interface, so you could easily max that out, especially if you need to multiply that. The club side is using NDI. and we were able to get a very good network setup stack. So some systems may have 10 gigabit cards, or some of them may have 2.5 gig on board, which is sufficient. For the event side, we wanted to go hardwired. So SDI is a method of, just to keep things very simple, and it's not technically correct, but it kind of is. Think of it like an HDMI cable. So we would plug an HDMI cable into the VRChat GPU, and then we want to plug it into the vMix computer, let's say with a capture card of a sense. We need to do that twice for the primary feed, and then the secondary feed that we want to get from the spout output from VRChat. And that's how we get it to the vMix machine. And then we also have to get the outputs from the vMix machine for that respective team, because now we have two. We have a team A and a team B. We have to get those to essentially the master encoder that tells it, say, hey, we're on team A or team B. And then that's what is the encoding to Twitch, as well as to our end world, as well as what saves to disk. I think that's as simple as I can make it without getting too technical. I'm not a video engineer, so I've learned, this is a lot of learnings through this process here at Furality. But I'm very impressed with how we've gotten things set up and the shows we've been able to put on. I don't know if there's anything else to say to that.
I don't work in broadcast, but here we are.
Yeah. We definitely...
I'm like new to producing things. Like, hi, I joined back in April, and the only experience that I have is like college productions as an actor on stage. But I sit around and observe and try my best to at least keep things organized, which, oh my god, charity auction.
There's a note
It was
about...
chaotic, but I kept everything on time.
Someone said SDI capture my beloved. Yes, I'm very fond of SDI with it. I'm a little bit scared to use NDI in a production setting myself. It works, and it definitely has its use cases, but I wanted to minimize the amount of network resources to be used, and I thought SDI is probably the route to go, and then it's gonna survive for quite some time. We're doing 4K now, so it's 12G. 12G cards, so that should last quite some time until we go to 8K or something. I don't know. Hopefully not for any time soon. But 4K is only...
120.
So 4K is only used for the VRChat to the vMixes. Then we get it squared down to a 1080p resolution. That continues down the pipeline. Someone asked, is this being recorded? Technically, yes, but this is just something fun we're doing until we reach opening ceremony, so I don't think we're going to upload this portion. But, maybe we do a panel. Maybe a panel at some point next year. We'll see.
Yeah, we could.
Keep the panel in the
should
cards.
definitely hide this amongst the uploads somewhere, Leo.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be there internally.
Why X3Ds rather than the Intels?
Resolution.
So, someone asked why X3Ds rather than the Intels. The simple answer is more memory on the actual CPU itself. Intels are great, but it's definitely more performant, especially in a game application like VRChat, where you're going to have a lot of VRChat avatars loaded. VRAM, it also goes into RAM, and then, it takes time to go from RAM to the GPU or to the CPU. Having the actual RAM on the CPU itself helps a lot. So having the additional memory rather than a non-X3D CPU or typically an Intel chip matters quite a lot. It is a significant improvement even on even older hardware to go from a non-X3D CPU to an X3D CPU, especially in a game like VRChat, and it definitely has its benefits in other games. That's really it, though. I mean, typically in general, like production applications, you're not really going to see that benefit unless they actually make proper use of the X3D, the L3 cache, I should say. I don't know if I said that part before. L3 cache is what it is.
Leo, do you want to talk about the stream resolution? I think we're still using 1080 and club is 1440 now, right?
So I'm going to be careful because I'm not the club stream team, but they did proceed to 1440p, as well as bumping up their bitrate a little bit to be able to fit a whole lot more content into the screen map that powers the club stream itself. Mika, I don't know if you can speak better to that or not. Since you're involved on that side.
we're using a 1440p screen map now, plus some funny DMX compression techniques and other things to try to just fit more in that video file. And we're also using 8 megabits. We still have the 720p stream, which is lower. I don't remember what bitrate that is.
I think it's 3.5.
But yeah, but it just lets us get a little more in there, and yeah, that's really about it.
71 lasers, Mika.
71
That's
lasers.
true. I do have my tech stack loaded up if we wanted to take a couple people over there, and I could show, just how it gets mapped. That's optional though.
Party?
Yeah, we can do that here in a moment. Go take a look at all of that cool stuff. I'm just reading a little bit more for your Twitch chat here. Some notes about like HD base T. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Quick question. What base are you, Victor? Your avatar base?
Oh, this is the Dragno made by Koku, and they actually have a base, or not base, a booth in the dealer's den, this Furality.
Nice.
And you might have seen like a bunch of these specific Fox avatars running around, which is the Renault, also made by Koku.
It's very cute. Someone mentioned 1440p on VRCDN for everyone. Technically, you can do that. It's just a bit rate where you're going to be restricted on, which I believe is still 6 megabit for the public network. So if you want to do 1440p, they don't stop it on their systems. It's just a bit rate that matters. So once you increase that resolution, you are going to lose a little bit of quality just because of trying to fit more pixels within 6 megabit streams. Club event stream is still 6 megabit. We're doing 1200p, and what that lets us do is fit a little bit more content. So in this world, actually it's going to 3 places. We have our external feed. So if you've seen the video player in the lobby world, it's 1200p. So 1920 by 1080 is the main content, and then excuse me. The pixels underneath it is what fits the captions in. So that's another thing we did this year is we brought back captions again. So it's viewable in world, but we were able to finally get it working on Twitch. Holy crap. That was a pain to get captions working on Twitch.
So well.
The captions worked really well, but also getting it to work on Twitch was honestly, it's just black magic. So big thank you to our folks at our vendors for helping us get it working on Twitch. You think with how long captions have been around, it'd be easier to do that, and technically is. But for like a standard, like industry standards, it's a little bit difficult. We were originally going to plan to use it on, send our Twitch stream out on a Blackmagic web presenter, until we found out that OBS actually does properly support taking in that captioning data and putting it into the encoded stream going back out to Twitch. And it just worked. So we just stuck with OBS for that so we can get the higher encode quality.
Yeah, it comes in over Rec 601.701 over SDI.
Yes.
Metadata. And
Line 21 for Twitch, I think, if I recall. It definitely took some troubleshooting. I was going live and down on our on my personal Twitch channel just to be able to test it. And then once I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it works. Don't change anything. One learning we did find is, unfortunately, Twitch doesn't support multiple captioning languages, so it's just English. That's on Twitch's end, not ours, so until they support that, it's only going to be one language, I think.
Yeah.
So, someone said only...
Unfortunate.
So, if you're seeing it so pretty unstable for Brazilians, a lot of friends are unable to watch. I can't recall if they recently spun up some support down in Brazil. I feel like I vaguely saw something about it a few months ago from their public side. I'm not familiar with that, so I'm not going to answer that. But that said, just in case you aren't aware, we do have multiple qualities. So just in case your connection is not quite as stable, you can go through the 720p window, which turns it down. And then by default, we're sending RTSP-T as the protocol for viewing it. But in case that's having some difficulties, you can switch to the compatibility button, which does MPEG TS streams. And you could do that for also 1440p, just in case the TCP stream isn't that's stable for you. What else should we talk about? What time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock.
We
Actually
have
What's up, Byron?
I actually had one question about how we do the encoding. If we're doing like software, hardware encoding, like X264 or something else.
Great question. So, this year it was a combination of both. Initial planning was to use the web presenter for encoding to Twitch. So once we decided to use just OBS for it, that's an additional encode process. We're gonna have to change up the computer we use for it to better support being able to do multiple encodes at once. So, initially I was having some issues with using software encoding for VRCDN. It was producing a lot of artifacting in world, and then just switching to NVIDIA's NVINC system just fixed it. But there's only so many streams we can do out of one computer, as well as so many instances of OBS. So I think that was another factor too, is I have 3 or 4 OBSs running essentially across all the computers that are handling the delivery to our endpoints, so Twitch or VRCDN. So our master encoder is running the Twitch output as well as the recording to disk, which is at a higher quality, and then also doing the output to the viewing world. And then I have another computer that handles the encode going to the external, which is like the lobby player. It's a combination of both. I just got it to a state where, okay, everything's stable. Let's just keep it the same. Some get software, some get hardware. We're not fast motion moving like Club is, so we're not really losing, honestly, any quality through compression. It works. But it's something I'll
if it works,
definitely
it
work on.
works.
Yeah.
Something super quick to brush on would be how we use Companion. I mean, it's not super
Companion's really
complicated,
cool.
but it might be interesting to people.
So, because it's a great point. So, Companion is a piece of software that normally ties into Stream Decks, like Elgato Stream Decks. It supports some other hardware too, and it also works on like a web browser. So, if you have an iPad or a 2-in-1 laptop, you could do that too. What that does is essentially gives us buttons. But those buttons do a lot of stuff because using a mouse and keyboard is, well, it's not efficient in a sense with using vMix. And then, like, let's say we're going from intermission to live. Well, there's a few processes that need to happen. We need to show the hologram. We need to start routing Team A to the internal world so we know what screens show up. We need to switch, we need to show the stinger as we go into it, and then a bunch of other stuff. So what Companion does is it lets us map this button. Okay, this button toggles just the stinger, and it's also automated to go ahead and switch Team A's world data routed to the viewing world. And of course, we can switch between all the camera inputs, either dedicated preview or dedicated program. Just my camera here. Fade cuts, showing the lower thirds and whatnot. I created a template for anyone who has maybe just one Stream Deck, as well as anyone who has 2. And Metz, I think you created one where you have 3 Steam Deck XLs.
I have 3. I have all the buttons.
But
Do you
it
have
lets
as many
us-
buttons as the operators here?
I don't know. That's what, 36 times 3?
That's not what it
What was I going to
but-
try to say?
Oh, help.
There's a lot of things that we can control, and what the Companion lets us do is we essentially have all these buttons here that do a certain thing, and we can press them without ever having to touch my keyboard or mouse, pretty much. There's a few areas where we fell short on. I think the biggest example of that was Charity Auction, where it was a little bit difficult to try to map each. Talis, you could probably speak to this as well, where we wanted to map each image or media to a certain button, but because we expanded how many items we had, it became a little bit difficult. So we did our best, and it was very fast paced. So we tried to keep up.
It kind of ended up happening where Leo was operating vMix with the mouse and keyboard, and I was operating the camera switching and calling with the Stream Deck.
Yeah.
Even though it was the same computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's because of Companion, we can do that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to a mouse and keyboard because we have to switch between input 1 or 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever you need to do running to show. We also make good use of Google Sheets as well as our Fox API. So the intermission, when we're in intermission, when you see the schedule or like the donation amount, that's all data driven. So at least for like the charity, it's as simple as poking in and saying, hey, what's our donation amount at? And once we get that number back from the API, it just automatically puts itself on the graphic. Same thing for the schedule, so you can see it's upcoming. Because closing is the last thing, it's showing up 3 times, but that's fine. You can still see the meetups in the club, BJs. And then for things like the lower thirds, we found it just to be easy to use Google Sheets where we update cell 1A or A1 that's tied to the name of the first lower third. And then cell A2 is their subtitle, A3 pronouns, A4 socials. And then we duplicate it across B and C. And had a little bit of issue with rate limiting ourselves with Google Sheets, but it updates within a few seconds, so we can just update it there, or even someone else can handle it. And once it updates in vMix automatically, it can be shown. Is there a recommended device for Furality and by extension VRChat? A good computer?
I asked
X3D CPU.
There's
okay.
like no specific device that is recommended other than like actually having it.
5090.
It's very subjective. You could also, it's very subjective with that question. You could also include, what about headsets? Tupper, VRChat's community lead, I believe, created a guide on like creating the best optimized computer for VRChat with X3D CPUs, GPUs, as well as any specs in between and what to keep an eye on to help make sure you can maximize how many frames you have. VR headsets are subjective. I'm on a Quest Pro. You can probably hear the Quest mic, but that lets me do face tracking and eye tracking, and I love that. I've been looking at the Big Screen Eye 2, or Big Screen 2 Eye, whatever it's called. Might consider it, but we'll see. I'm happy with
it's
this.
Big Screen 2E.
2E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's the one
E
with
is
eye
just
tracking.
the eye tracking.
This is starting to sound like Microsoft console naming.
It's like
Xbox
they could
720.
have literally just included it, but I guess they gave the option to like fix the problems
I have
that
an
the
idea.
first headset had for people that don't want to have eye tracking.
Next
That
year,
also
we'll have a
means-
big screen Series X.
But also with that means you also have to get a mouth tracking, which the only current like mouth tracking system that is available is Babbel.
Yeah, Babbel. I had
That's pretty
a
good, though.
I had the HTC face tracker. I think I got like the last one from the UK. Shout out Becky for sending me that. And I put it on my Pimax. I made a mistake with buying that. The Pimax, I should say. Never again.
Yeah, I'm
Anyways,
glad I never got to that, but anyways.
We've been
Back
yapping
on
for a
topic.
while. You wanted to show us something, right?
Yeah, we need
You
to see the
want.
club world.
Yeah, let's go check out. Is it a specific world or is it the?
It is a specific test world. So
Okay,
I can
as
only
long as
invite
we're-
certain
For us.
people.
Travel party.
We can't show it on stream, or
We can show it on stream. We can't show the world ID. I can't invite too many people. But yeah.
okay, yeah. If we're able to, that's fine.
Hi, we're all
Um,
staff here, so
I don't think there's
Yeah,
really much
there's
else.
other stuff.
I don't think there's much else to talk about here. I mean, we covered just about everything. Lots of cool stuff, and we have lots of great ideas that we want to improve on and implement in the future.
I've got a running sheet of bugs and features and things to change, and I think we got through about half of it. So there's
we
always
had
plenty
like
to
a
go.
lot of things just pop up, and then people brought up things like, "Hey, there's this thing that still hasn't been fixed," and it's like, no, we haven't been able to even get to that because we had to fix the bigger problems.
Yes, sir.
It worked great this year, and I think a lot of what's left is now just things that are nice to have.
We'll
got
take
the
what we did
tally.
this
That
year.
was like the number one thing that we really, really
The
wanted
hand cam
this time.
improvements
Thank
are
you,
so
Mika.
good. It really
Yes,
shows
thank you so
in
much,
production.
Mika.
Yeah.
And we'll take what we did this year.
Awesome.
Copy the tech systems, do our
When did you
improvements,
get
bug
here?
fixes. Hi, Harp.
You just snuck in.
So fluffy.
Sassy, you've been off camera most of the time. What the heck? Here you are. Bird.
Bird.
Someone was asking about staff applications or team applications.
That is dependent on the team, right? Or well, specific each department.
I can only speak. I've never introduced myself. I'm Leo. I lead the event stream team.
Did any of us introduce ourselves?
We did not. Might as well. I'm Leo. I'm the technical producer for the event stream team as well as the team lead. My role is to lead our team as well as help design a lot of the streaming tech in collaboration with our Texel, Mika, as well as anyone else who helps out with the stream planning from our team.
You just stared at Mika.
Hi.
Texel. Mika looked busy.
Okay.
I was responding to messages.
I'm Texel. I primarily am with the creative team as the Udon scripter, and I spend probably most of my time working on the stage systems here. So a few years ago, I started volunteering as well with the stream team as a camera operator so that I could experience all the pain that I inflict on the rest of the team.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you gotta know how it feels on the end user side to fix the issues.
Yeah.
Long.
Alright.
Inflicted, yes.
Hello.
Hi. Who are
Hi,
you?
Mika.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, wait, I revealed it already.
It's okay. Mika?
Give me just 1 minute. I'm
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
sorry.
It's okay. Who are you?
I'm Sassy, or Sassithia, or Sass, or Bird, or Pigeon. And I'm a camera operator.
Oh,
My
camera.
big camera.
You're a pigeon? I thought you were a peacock.
Disco Pigeon.
Disco.
Oh,
Disco
Disco
right.
Pigeon.
Disco pigeon.
What do you do?
Ah, that is right in my face. Hi, I'm Victor Ryan, and I'm the event stream producer. And like I said earlier, it's like I'm new to a lot of this, but I've had prior experience in live performance, specifically on the stage, and I'm both an actor and a singer as well as a dancer. And I think that's all you need to know. Maybe. I don't know what else I need to say.
Excellent. The producer role is new to us for this year. The main goal behind it is helping out with planning for our big shows like opening and closing to help make them go smoother and helping plan things out. I think it went really well this year. Creature.
Whoop.
Who are you?
Hello. I'm Metz. I'm on the event stream team as a technical director, and I'm also helping out as a producer for the big events.
Yay. Who are you? Whoa. Why are you so shiny? What the heck?
Hi. I'm Firon. I'm the events team lead, so I work a lot with the stream team. We put together the non-DJ programming. We organize all the beans and get all the stuff together, and we help put the show on with Leo and everyone else from the stream team.
Yay! Creature.
I'm Tellus. I'm another technical. I'm an.
We still got the box.
Hi. I'm another technical director who's here, one of several. We operate the stream so Leo can get sleep sometimes, which is not often. And technical director in this context means that I'm directing the camera operators and doing the switching for the stream and the in-world screens.
Yay.
I make work for Leo.
Yes, you do. Who are you?
We all cause chaos.
I'm Harp. I run event stream cams as a cam op. That's my only official volunteer position here. Basically, all my job is just to establish pretty shots and try to keep them looking that way. And on my off time, I tend to just take photos of the con. I enjoy photography, so.
Someone
And they do
someone
a lot of
also
hand
asked.
cam op.
Okay, sorry.
I said they do a lot of hand cam op, which is harder than it sounds because
It
you
is.
have to keep stable for long periods of time.
Keep in mind, each
I think
event
I learned
is
this
an hour.
year that even for like regular old like single presenter PowerPoint presentations, having a hand cam operator is very helpful to the switcher.
Mhm.
It actually adds a lot.
It does.
Keep in mind that each event is about an hour long, but we also have to take time to set up before that. So our call time is usually about half an hour before an event. So everyone that's associated with that show gets ready, joins voice channels, joins the world, get a camera system set up, all that stuff. So each show is about, well, you're going to only be running it for about an hour, but there's also that additional time. So again, big shout out to everyone on the team. Y'all are awesome, as well as the rest of the Furality team. This convention would not be possible without everyone here. So, yeah. I didn't see a question. I think this would be fun. Someone asked, what avatar bases do each of all of you use? And why are you so cute? What the heck? Roo, kangaroo. It's very cute.
Yes, this is a tropical kangaroo. It's a little modified. The head is shrunken a little bit so I could be as tall as, well, some of you, and still kind of look, as I am.
Yes,
Instead of having a giant head.
the outfit looks very comfy.
And I have Warren's Fast Fur on here. That's the shader I use.
Yes, very fluffy. Whoa, Mika.
Hello.
Whoa, hi,
Hello.
creature.
I haven't even answered who I was or what I do
Oh
here
shit,
yet.
that's right.
You can answer both. Same time.
Yeah. So, hello, I'm Mika. I
Long.
do way too many things. I am on club stream team, event stream team. I am also on AV team, and as of like 2 weeks ago, I'm also
Four
on
hats.
world building team.
You wear 4 hats,
I wear 4 hats.
and yet you're sane.
I helped-
Are you just kidding?
No, that's all true.
The 4,000-year-old is the apocalypse.
Oh no. Not about the roles. Your sanity.
Oh,
What?
that's a good question. We'll get back to that. But yeah, I helped.
Anyways, your
build-
base.
I helped build a couple things for this convention. Particularly, I built a lot of the back end like DMX related systems for club, as well as some of the fixtures in there. The particle screen, particles, and the lasers are my code. Yeah, that's that's what I do here. As for Avatar, I am a Nardo Tar. This is a kit bash by Laser Raptor. It is using the Milo Puppet Dragon as the lower half, and of course the Nardo Dragon has the top half.
Yeah. Creature. Long.
So long.
Long.
Tell us, what
Now, who's
avatar base
next?
are you using?
This is a Dragonian. Dragonian. Honestly, it's mostly stock. I'm sorry, I'm so dark. Some worlds I show up, some worlds I don't. But mostly it's stock. I have the Morgus hoodie on, and yeah, that's pretty much me.
Yeah. What you fire on?
So I'm a Nardo Bat. It's a modification of the Nardragon done by Morgus. And he turned the Nardo into a bat with wings and all, and reshaped the head and bit.
Can you
Join
use
us in
your,
Wing Squad.
your wings? Oh, look at that! My
Oh, and who did your
goodness.
textures this year?
This was designed by a friend from VRR, Aspen, and then my friend Kaz did the texture work because I did not have time this year.
Creature. Mets, how about you?
Hello, I have a free cam by Ghost Cabot.
I love the
with
clothing.
Yep, the shirt and the pants were by Radio.
Yeah.
Radio texture, I did this texture. And then one of my friends, Cole Cats, I commissioned them for the freaking duck.
Duck!
The
Oh my
human
goodness.
Body texture. Duck!
Very cute.
Duck.
Duck!
Duck. Oh wait, duck.
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 Duck!
Sassy, how about yourself?
Hello, I'm good.
You put an
This
eye
is
out
the
with that thing.
Kudalin avian. It comes as a kit with a bunch of birds, and mine is done up as a peacock
Whoa!
with a big.
I love that. I'm in a Blanca model, so this is very custom for myself with matching outfit for the convention. Comfy, love it. I've been normally in just a Nardo avatar before, but get to be all comfy in this one. Victor, I think you said what your avatar was earlier.
But I can also refresh, or well, not
Yeah.
refresh, but tell them again. Yeah. I'm using the Dragno model from Koku, and I actually did the texture for myself, which was kind of a recent thing of me learning Substance Painter. But yeah, the outfit, the hair, and the base are all by Koku.
Yeah, creature. What about you, Texel?
Yeah, I'm very creature.
You've been in this one
So
for some time.
I'm running with a somewhat modified Tosta Kuga that I've been kind of sticking to for the last 5 years.
Mhm.
This one's a bit stockier than base. I'm gonna switch to the actual one just for a moment here, so
Mhm.
you can see that when it finishes processing, it is still indeed a very cute model even today. I love
Yes.
these guys.
It's
Push on
still
the
it throws
dragonfly.
us off, like how skinny they are when you switch out of
Yeah, but that's
yours.
just
Yeah.
because me, not because like the base.
No, it's like you're one of the few that still uses the Kuga a lot, so it really throws a lot of us off.
We
Larsus
still
is here.
exist.
Whoa, creature. We can talk about
He's going to
club things.
introduce creature club stuff, and he can roar at us.
Rawr.
Now, is Larsus going to fall into the
100%.
Now then, oh.
Come, Larsus.
come forward?
Come on, come on
She's
stage.
like, no.
Come on.
Come here,
Come hither.
Come here, come here.
Come here, come here, come here. Come to
Yeah,
us,
that
come
doesn't
to
work.
us, come here,
Yeah.
here.
Larsus is too contrarian.
Oh. Bye. Have a good time.
Eating for a trap.
They
That's
literally just left us.
I
great.
did.
No.
What? What? Mm.
You sneaky.
Crap.
Using teleporters.
Creature. Larsus,
Creature.
who are you?
Hi, I'm Larsus. I'm one of the 2 club stream producers. I work with Roxy to make sure all of the content going to the club gets delivered and as good of quality as we can possibly manage and as on time as we can possibly manage. That's been a challenge year after year because this stuff is actually pretty complicated.
Well, that's really cool. What avatar are you in? I mean, yeah, you look beautiful. You look great.
Oh. Yeah, this is my Nardo.
Yes.
I've had it basically since I started here in VR chat because I was introduced to the avatar by a friend of mine over in Neos, and then whenever it turns out all my friends hung out here, I decided that I wanted it here.
And you got the
Heck
Morgus
yeah.
wings.
I do have the
Wings.
Morgus wings, yes.
I love
And
wings.
Becky did the texture for this. And it's
Yee.
the second texture I've ever done, and it's gotten a few updates, but it's my favorite, so.
Heck yeah. Everyone's asking, like, can we do more of this, more of this? Like, we should really do a panel next year. I think we could talk about a whole lot of cool stuff.
Yes, you should.
But I think we kind of, like, covered everything. And, like, how long have we been on? I can't tell.
Did you find the world, Mika?
We
Like
burned
an
I
down the
have
clock.
the world. I just need to
Yeah, it's been at least an hour.
see if it's okay.
Yeah, if it's not,
And-
that's okay. I do have to head off here soon to start prepping for closing ceremonies, which is at 10 o'clock Eastern, so in about an hour and a half from now, really.
Go watch.
You should watch.
Go
Some really
watch.
cool stuff to talk about.
It'll be in the club too.
You can watch it from the club.
Yep.
You can watch it from club.
All
You
the
can watch it
world.
from the lobby world or the event stage, which you can also see the holograms from, or on Twitch.
There's a portable screen in the lobby world, so you can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, so there's another question, and so my own question would be: did you folks expect the Beachy, the Dream Critters, to become such an enormous hit? And will we be getting a plushie? Well, the plushie part, we can't answer that because we don't know.
Creatures are
Creatures.
always a hit.
Hold on. Let's go over
Yeah.
here. Creature.
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 We also have one up in the.
I mean, I have
oh,
one on my
The
head.
creature.
Yes. Oh, that's true. You do. Creature. we could go look at the one in the control booth too, but I see
Yeah,
if
our
Oh
emotional
yeah,
see
there
if
is
Lex.
one.
Oh,
control
didn't go
booth.
for it.
So, TD's present. How many of you asked for a creature shot in the middle of your presentations?
I didn't.
Usually in the ins
Dang
and
it.
outs.
I didn't realize they were here. Cam ops, you should have shown me.
I hear a voice, but where are they?
I don't hear it.
They're in the booth.
They're on the stage.
Oh, they were
I
on
don't
stage.
Oh, Simon joined after the
Hi,
other things were
Simon.
changed. Let's go to the
I
control
broke
booth again.
everything.
So, let me just do this. But you can go up the long way too. There used to not be a window here, and you could just jump out of it and get shot right to the stage.
They
You got
that.
patched. You got patched.
There you
No.
Do I need to
Can't go through
build
the
an
window
explicit
anymore.
slingshot into the next control room?
This is where we park.
No, we have a button there, so I mean that's fine. I never showed the stickers. Holy crap! But here's the B sheet.
Oh yeah, that's a good
They're
thing.
very, very important.
So we have
Leo, I saw you showing off the stickers during our downtime. It was cute.
I did yesterday, yes. So here is everyone that is either current or has been on the event stream or events team. Here we have everyone's Umbra, yes. Stickers.
Yeah.
There's Goofy, who used to lead our event stream from last year. Here's the events team postcard, I think from last year.
No, these
Yeah,
are
it's
the
from last
silver
year.
ones, so technically
Oh,
we
silver
have
ones?
the,
Okay.
silver rep.
Was that Silva? Oh wow,
Yeah.
you're right. He's even older because last year
There's
we did the
me.
desert surfboard thing.
Let's see, we have more people here. Here's our postcard from this was from Silva as well. So you'll see our Somna ones during closing as well. There's Lars, but rar.
But rar.
But rawr, but rawr.
Chiron, can you explain this one?
Oh yeah, that one down there. That's mine.
Mm-hmm,
It's a wonderful version of one of my favorite memes from The Onion. It's me looking in at all of you.
Wait, hold on, I gotta add it. Oh wait, no, it's not gonna light up properly.
No, I can tell what that is. Mm-hmm.
It's
Anyways.
eyes.
Almost.
There's a
Almost.
sticker lighting like that in
No,
here.
no dice.
Yeah, it's not very
No
bright.
dice. I mean, I could put it on the ceiling so you can actually see what it's supposed to be.
It's a control room. It's not very bright in here.
Simon, you joined. Who are you?
I'm just a guy.
Yeah. Okay.
A fox.
Just a little
You're
guy.
like, hi, I'm here.
What the heck?
I once wrote "but rar" in your shower.
He did. This one
What?
came over to my house and he got in my shower and wrote "rar" in it, and so when it steamed up when I got in it.
Left a mark.
Heck yeah.
Simon and I know each other from outside of Furality as well, so.
Heck yeah. Oh, here we go.
Wait,
Furality,
you're missing
Montana.
one. Yeah, there you go.
Furality, Montana.
What does that say? You asked.
I can't leak
You
the
asked
team for next
for.
year.
You asked for trees and water. Yes, Furality, Montana.
Yeah. Yep. That was produced at the end of Furality Umbra before we had a theme for this year. And someone asked me, Larsis, what's the theme? I told them I don't know. And then people kept asking me what's the theme. So I made one.
Furality, Montana.
Furality on Experience number 9. Furality, Montana. Easy.
And I can't believe we couldn't get Hannah Montana.
Oh.
Right?
Can we get Lady Gaga or something? I don't know. There's some lore behind that, I think.
Lady Gaga, what's next? Lord Goo Goo?
Creatures. Anyways, it is coming up on a time where I have to head off myself to start getting everything ready for closing with the team. I don't know if there's anything else we want to say before we head out. Probably be able to play some more videos for y'all until we get there. Hopefully this is cool. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
nerds, of course.
First
we
time
think
that
it's
we
cool.
actually get. I mean, it's the first time we also actually got a chance to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess there's one thing to say is that this is only just a fraction of the team. Like, how many people do we have
Yeah.
on the team altogether?
So
300 something now?
We're
Well-
over 300.
yeah,
No, even just
that's
in
for
the
the
Experience
overall Furality organization, but for events, I think it's about 25. I should know this. I don't keep the number in my head,
We're like
but
10. I
yes.
think we're 10 on the events team. But yeah, it just keeps growing
I
every
don't
year.
know. To me, they might as well be the same team.
Look,
I
you
work
have
equally with all
to
of you.
herd cats.
Where's Somna Kitty? I might show Luna. She's sleeping right there. I was gonna find my phone
Oh
earlier.
yeah, we need cat tax again.
I couldn't find my
We can be
phone.
100% truthful.
The final shot before we say goodbye.
upwards-
Cat.
We have upwards of 25
Oh,
people
I
at
still
Furality.
can't get over. I still can't get over like the moment when your cat walked in during Whisper's setup, and you go, "Ooh, Kitty!" on the stage, and everyone in the audience just started laughing their asses off.
I can't find where my phone went while I'm in VR. That's okay. But yeah. I think we'll show some more at some point. Anyways, I have to head out, so hopefully this was fun for everyone to watch. Stay tuned again for opening ceremony. I'm sorry, opening.
Closing.
Closing
I
ceremonies.
feel like we don't want it to end. We want it to
10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Oh wait, we're on that already.
What is it today? It's Wednesday. Getting started?
Good luck.
No.
We're on the 18th.
All right.
Wednesday.
All right.
I mean, we could do another Wednesday.
I can't.
No.
I can't.
I'm working Wednesday.
Look, the stream infrastructure is set. I haven't torn it down yet. We're good.
Yeah, as long as it stays up, Friday Sun will keep going, right? Anyways,
All the bugs.
Never sleep.
Mostly.
Furality to Electric Boogaloo.
yes. All right, I gotta head out. We'll be back in an hour and a half from now for closing ceremonies, so we'll see you all there. Bye.
Wow.
I gotta go answer a crap ton of questions
I'll
for
just-
Atlas, so
I'll just show the, show the-
What we should have done is the fake freeze frame like the end of
Show the Nova
Police
slicers.
Squad.